What's up guys, Blade here and welcome back to the channel. So Titans are broken again, but this time it is on Stronghold, so I hope we will not get nerfed, but this thing is absolutely ridiculous with Strongholds, but it is so much fun to use. We can now, I think it is first time you can be tank as well as offensive at the same time on strongholds. So maybe this is a problem, but for fun, yes, it is so much fun. And for new players, the stronghold is the Titan Exotic, which allows you to guard infinitely with your swords. And when you hit your enemy with your sword, you get restoration. So we are pairing in this build it with Praxic Blade. So it is a kinetic sword that can also stun the barrier champions, and you can customize it a lot. But right now it is just the basic variant that I am using and I was using in the video. It is not even its final form that I was using in the gameplay. So it will be even more broken when we have everything for it, like catalyst and all the stuff. I will post it later for the gameplay for YouTube. So try to get dark matter crystal for your Darth Vader. Otherwise I got the blue one, or you can also buy these from the store. I think there are 3 of them you can buy from store. So on first of all, I want to talk about the armor you need to use. Here is TechSec armor set, and you need to use complete TechSec armor set because the weapons we are using here are the new sniper heavy rifle, which is also kinetic, and also the Praxic blade is kinetic, and that works with TechSec. And this is the important part from here. The 4-piece tech sec really helps you disorient your combatants. So let's take an example from here. So these are here the shielded combatants. So whenever they hit me with their tags, and when I use it on them, you can see now they are attacking on me, but now this one is disoriented. Even the shots from that are reflecting from my Praxic blade, they are all blind now. So this thing absolutely helps you as a sword main. You can just go in and start swinging your sword using your combos and then just keep them blind. So this is really insane with this build. So let's talk about the blade first. The blade we are using here is the balance form, and if you have offensive form, this is the best blade for Titans on strongholds because you really don't need guard resistance and guard endurance with this build. So get this offensive form on the first column. On your second column, you need to use, you can use charge rate if you want, but I think you should go for ammo or go for the forceful blade 3, which is the damage bonus. So either go for the damage or the maximum ammo with this build. So on your third column, you need refraction core because when the reflection damage with it, you can sever targets. With this build that I'm using, you can sever targets. You are on strand subclass. This is the best subclass to use this build. You can use on void with seasonal artifact, but to use it like absolute mad titan, you need berserker. So when you kill with your banner of war, you activate your sword bonus. Here you get healing, and this build is just absolutely insane for everything. For most of the content, this build is just broken. And let's talk about the catalyst you need here is hyperblade, so you can get amplified with it. So on your fragments, you need to use thread of isolation, thread of warding, thread of transmutation, and thread of continuity. Instead of isolation, you can also use thread of generation if you want, but isolation really helps you in endgame content if you are using some rapid fire weapon, but you can also use thread of generation if you want. Here into the fray and banner of war and shackle grenade for the budget force power for Darth Vader. We don't have force subclass, so just assume this is force. And Blade Fury, the only super we have, so you shackle something and then just absolutely dismantle them. And the mods you need here are two special ammo finders with kinetic siphon. On your strongholds here I am using this ornament from the Synthoceps, the chain piston, but now you can use this. I think the chain piston is the best ornament for this specific drip and style with Darth Vader. And your all the other armor are Texec. Again, on your chest plate you need one kinetic ammo generation kinetic ammo generation mod, and use do any resistance mod you want to use. And on your boots, these two mods you can switch any of these. You can use elemental charge, or here you can use any other arc scavenger for your secondary and heavy weapon, but kinetic scavenger is must have. This is the most important part of this build. You must use kinetic scavenger. And on your mark you need to use special finisher with either distribution, or you can use bomber with it, and reaper mod. So the stats you need to focus are 200 weapon, because you gain more ammo bricks for your heavy and sometimes for special, and you deal like 10 to 15% more damage to your enemies, to the bosses with your special, because this build is all about weapons. So I think preferring weapons on every other stat is really necessary here. And then grenade for stunning unstoppable champions, and then melee super, you will not use it that much, but still 47 is fine. I was using here the sniper rifle, but you can use any other weapon you want. If you want to use double sword, 86 is also really solid sword, or you can use here some rockets or heavy machine gun. And for your secondary weapon, you should be using any weapon. I was using it for ammo, but you can use any SMG, you can use this new hand cannon, anything you want. These two weapons are not really necessary. You can use anything you want here. And from the artifact perks, you need to be using our anti-barrier sniper, expert handling. You can also use impact shock gravity, and kinetic synthesis is must have with this build. Here use riposte and armor smith for gaining damage resistance, and combination argent is also good here. You can use this, but you don't really are using void. When you are on void, use this. If you are on strand, use this artifact perk. And here you can use kinetic rupture with sword storm combo. These are really solid with this build. So I hope you enjoy the gameplay. Again, this is what Texac does. They literally don't shoot for like 5 seconds, which really helps you maintain your carnage. You can absolutely destroy everything with your kinetic ammo heavy weapon. You can also immediately one tap some of these. You destroy their shields, one tap them with your kinetic heavy. Really fun to use build. So I hope you enjoy the gameplay. I will post some other builds later. We have second chance and some other exotics to talk about. And the solo gameplay for strongholds will be later. Just use this build for fun. And these are the shaders I'm using on my hands, plate, and boots. And these one are default. So this is the trip, the Darth Vader. Just try to get this stasis, oh sorry, the red matter crystal for lower accurate Darth Vader. Have a nice day, Titans. Enjoy the gameplay.